work to do. You've got to sit down for the camera. Come here, sit down here. We're not here to play. We have to work, Charlie. Okay, sit down. Okay, now be professional. Hi everybody, welcome back to Charlie and Me. This is one of our COVID virus videos. As you know, we haven't been able to get out camping. We're going stir crazy, but you guys have been emailing us and replying to the comments on the videos some questions about Charlie and me, about camping, about the podcast. I don't think he's going to stay with me. So let's get to some of the questions. We've already made one video and this is the second video. And if other questions come in while we're making these info videos, we'll try and put them together for you. Tom asks, my question is, what's the best way to keep your van cool in very warm weather while abroad? Is there any mobile air conditioning or cooling units for camper vans? This is a touchy subject with myself and Deirdre. The first van we bought together when we got married back in 2012, I bought an air conditioning unit and we had it fitted in the skylight just above the kitchen. And then a few years later when we were trading, she said, make sure we keep that air conditioning unit. And of course the deal on the van, I didn't. So now during a hot day, I get this. If only we had an air conditioning unit. Tom, the answer is there are a few portable air conditioners available that run on 12 volt and 240 volt. Actually, myself and Chris were over in the NEC in September of last year and we saw one of these units that will run on 220 or 12 volt. It was a small unit, possibly no bigger than that. And it was okay, so much so that Chris was actually thinking of buying one for his office. They ran at about 100 to 200 pounds sterling, I think. I really can't remember. But if I can find the details, I'll put a link down below to the website. I know Chris has those details. But a few years ago, I did buy one secondhand. Now it was €1,000 to have supplied and fitted. It was a domestic air conditioning and heating unit. We used it in France on our honeymoon. Oh my God, it was fantastic. So the answer to your question is there are portable units, which are pretty okay, or for £1,000 plus, you can have a unit fitted into one of your skylights and that will do the job. We used to leave that turned on, go off for a walk, come back, and the van would be so cool. Absolutely brilliant. Sharon and Keith asks, as we are new to all of this, I was just wondering what people typically do on holidays. Do they typically stay in one campsite for the duration, or do people normally visit a few sites? My reason for asking is that I was watching your Charlie and Me video and I noticed that you visited a number of campsites during your holidays. How far in advance would you normally book in the summertime? Sharon and Keith, I emailed them back the answers to this, but I said I'd put it on the video because it might be a question that you guys asked. Yeah, myself and Deirdre tend to stay home in Ireland every second year. Obviously we didn't get away this year, so we will get away next year, please God. But anyway, when we stayed home for 2019 and we take our 2 weeks, little over 2 weeks holidays in Ireland and we plan out. Now we did the Wild Atlantic Way. So yeah, Sharon, normally we would stay 2 nights max on a campsite and then move, whether we're driving 3 or 4 hours, another county, but yeah, 2 nights. Unless there's something in the area or the campsite is really exceptional, usually by a beach, we will stay an extra night, but 3 nights max, and we move around. As regards booking in advance, some campsites, not all, but some don't allow you to book bank holiday weekends in advance, or sometimes during the summer holidays. So your best bet is give them a buzz a couple of weeks in advance. Maybe start planning. They normally start opening around March and April, so maybe if you have your summer holidays, you reckon you're going to stay at home, plan your trip, give them a buzz, and if they take a booking, great, they'll take a booking, some will take a deposit. But there's a fair few campsites don't take bookings during the summer months, and you'd hate to drive a fair old distance from your home and then not get in. Bailey 306 asked, when camping, do you leave your awning out overnight? No, I don't. Oh, I wind it in, even on the mildest of summer nights. Now, I did buy new straps that when I put my awning down, we normally put the legs onto the side of the camper and then I strap it down. I wind it in. I do see a lot of motorhomes. In fact, I'd nearly say most motorhomes, especially not during the winter, but especially during the summer, would leave their awnings out overnight. They're strapped down and they've probably put up safari rooms, but no, I wind mine up every night. A couple of reasons. One, I don't want it getting damaged if it does get windy. but mainly the noise of it flapping keeps me awake. So I wind it back up and put the legs away and put it back out the next morning. Thanks for that, Bailey. Karen and Jay asked, should we buy levelling blocks? I would say yes. They're well worth it. There's no harm having them because not all sites, especially if you're wild camping, not all sites are level. And not all campsites are level anyway. Quite a lot of them are. So I would say there's no harm having them. I have two sets. I have the normal yellow ones, which I think give you about a 2.5 inch lift. And then I got black ones that climb from 0 grade up to about 6 inches. And I haven't had, I've used them, but yeah, there's no harm having them. They're small, they close together, you slide them into the boot. So yeah, for the sake of 15, 20 euro, buy them. Better to have them than not have them. 2 more questions. Aidan Luby asks, I noticed you got rid of your smart car and the trailer and you bought a Fiat 500 and an A-frame. Which do you prefer? It's a great question. I love the Fiat 500. I loved the smart car. It was a great little car to drive, and even at home, because she's taxed and insured for the year, I used to just spin it around town. I love the Fiat 500. That is now my everyday car. The A-frame, grey area in some countries. I don't care. If the law stops me and says drive the car, Deirdre can hop in the car and drive the car. But the A-frame is brilliant. Expensive. It possibly ran us 1,600 euro, including installation. It took a day for a mechanic to install it. He took the whole front off the Fiat, removed the front member, put in another member which has 2 towing eyes and the brake cable fitted. Watch back on the video. The A-frame is brilliant. There is a downside to the A-frame. You can't reverse. So if you go up somewhere and you want to reverse, or you want to reverse into a park, you cannot reverse. You have to get off and unhitch it. It takes exactly 3 minutes to unplug, unhitch, and then just reverse the car. Because if you reverse, it pulls on the brakes and the car brakes will come on. That is the only disadvantage. I loved having the trailer. I could reverse it anywhere, no problem. It was time consuming then, taking the car off, putting it back on, strapping it, unstrapping it, unhitching the trailer, storing the trailer. I never came across a campsite where we hadn't got room on our pitch for the trailer and the car. But I'll say I prefer the A-frame. In saying that, if you have a car and a trailer, it's still a great thing. Right, final one, and this is quite a lengthy one. Charlie, Donal asked, I'm thinking of setting up my own YouTube channel on places to fish in Ireland as I go camping based on the fishing in the area. My question is, how much does it cost to maintain the channel, and do YouTube pay you? It's a great idea for a channel if you're into fishing, and especially for Irish, so you're going to have very small viewing. We've great viewing of like 60,000 views, but we've only a little over 1,000 subscribers. Now, to answer your question, the cost of maintaining the channel is mainly your time. For us to do an 18-minute Charlie and me video, it takes over 2 days, maybe 4 hours of videoing, and easily 4 hours of editing. This video now will probably run with titles on the front and back 12 minutes. Okay, so it's an 8-minute video to record, but the editing is going to take an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So the biggest cost in YouTube is time. Obviously, we have the cost of the campsites, but we'd have those costs anyway. And I've got to be honest, lately some campsites have invited us, and some campsites would see us walking around or see the branding on the camper and they haven't charged us. We still don't be biased with the comments. We still give them, I tell them, look, I'd rather pay, but they say, no, you're doing us a great service, thank you very much. So maintaining a fishing channel, you're going fishing anyway, so there's no cost in that. The software, I don't know if I have the video up, but we did a video on the equipment we use. I mainly use old Samsung phones and one Nikon camera that I use as a professional photographer, but I seldom use that for video. It's normally these phones and the quality is pretty good, and then it's down to your software. But cost in making the video is just really your time, because you're going to be going to the campsites or the fishing parks and buying all that gear anyway. On regards of YouTube paying us, as soon as you hit 1,000 subscribers, they start paying you. We've hit 1,000. We're on 1,108 subscribers, and in the last 4 months we've made €4.16. I haven't collected it yet. I was planning on letting it build up and then buying new camera equipment, but I think camera equipment will be obsolete by the time I make €1,000. So I was only saying to Deirdre today, I'm thinking of turning off the monetization, because you really have to have 15, 20,000 people before you start making money. How we cover some of the costs, and I'm very thankful of Pat Horan Motors in Eglish. That's where I buy my camper vans. Cara Motorhomes, they've been very good to us. I'd ring them up. Our stickers cost us €300 or €400 a batch. And anytime I rang them, the guys have sponsored a video. So I'm really thankful of that. And that's how we make the money. So maybe when you start getting subscribers, you could get fishing products to sponsor one or two of the videos for a fee. That is it. Charlie's not going to come back in. Charlie, come here. Obviously, he has a dog. He's a dog that just kind of does what he wants to do. He's sitting in there in his own window and happy out. Thank you. Can I remind you, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I'm really sorry about the videos that, obviously, if we can't get out camping, we can't cover campsites, but we're just trying to keep the content coming. If there is anything you'd like us to do a video on, we've covered the jacking points, the tools, the water, the electrics. I don't know if it is up yet, if you're thinking of buying a second-hand van. I think we did a video on that as well. If there's anything else you'd like us to cover, if you have any more questions, email charlie@aaronburchill.com. That's also the address for free stickers that we'll post out to you anywhere in the world. And we'll also stick in, apart from the Charlie and Me sticker, we put in some of our Camping Crew podcast stickers. We've a new batch of them on the way, but Chris posted me out some just to keep our stocks up. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll talk to you again on Charlie and Me, our camping vlog, very soon. Take care. Bye bye.